the Kodesh HaKadoshim and the Holy of Holies, where the Ark stood in the first temple, where we didn't have it in the second temple. That rock was there. I'm guessing that is the rock that is going to be the single point that remains from this world, that the whole world will then be rebuilt from 1,000 years later. Okay. So let me read to you.
But we don't know what the measurement of 1,000 years is, do we? Or do we?
We don't.
Freaks me out.
We don't. Okay. So,
I mean, 1,000 years in God's eyes could be one day
yes.
for us.
Or the opposite.
Right.
Think about that. Okay.
Right.
All right, so let me read this to you on the bottom here. He says, this destruction should not be taken as a negative event for humanity. To the contrary, when the physical world is no longer in existence, mankind will become elevated in preparation for its eternal reward in Olam Haba. During that time, the body will lose its physical needs so that the soul can reach its full potential without the body impeding it. As Rambam writes, the destruction of the body is the construction of the soul. In Maimar HaIkrim, the Ramchal writes that Hashem will maintain the tzaddikim, who are destined for eternity, like his angels, without need for this world. The Gemara in Sanhedrin further states that those who have been resurrected will not have to die again during the 7th millennium. Rather, Hashem will make for them wings of eagles, and they will glide over the water. Now, obviously, that's not meant literally.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. In Das Tvunas, Ramchal explains this to mean that the righteous will be uplifted from their earthly existence, as Moshe Rabbeinu was during the 40 days he was on Har Sinai. You know, during those 40 days, he didn't eat, he didn't drink, he wasn't on a physical level that he needed anything. And then, Sir Adi Bamarim for why this takes 1,000 years and cannot be accomplished in a single moment. Okay? So just to get what's going on over here. There's going to be this purification process. It's not going to be painful. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be the kind of thing that we're going to even be upset about because we're going to then understand it all. It's going to be very clear to us. We will be looking forward to it. And we will be excited about the next stage because that's what the whole purpose of all of creation is our connecting to Hashem, and that will only be possible once we go through this process. But again, it's not like a destruction that we're going to feel or experience. We will see it, perhaps, it seems. But it's not going to be a difficult experience for us.
But why would the word desolation be used there?
Because the world is going to have to be returned back to its state prior to its being ruined. So essentially prior to creation, or at least to most stages of creation.
So the dinosaurs are going to come back?
No. Okay.
Failed experiment. I
And
asked
then
if
it's
the
gonna
dinosaurs were
start
coming
all
back.
over again?
What?
And then everything's going to start all over again?
Not like it is now at all. It's
Yeah,
going to be
hopefully
it's
we
going to
don't
be a
stir
whole
up
different
again.
world. It's going to be a world of perfection. It's going to be a world where there won't be physical needs, and it'll be a world of just pure spiritual connection to Hashem. It's going to be a whole different world. We won't recognize it. Yes.
Will those who maybe are not as developed and didn't do as many mitzvahs feel humiliation?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
I have a question. If there's the 6,000 years and then another 1,000 years, right?
Mhm.
Until this happens, what, like the whole concept of like Mashiach coming,
Mhm.
changing, how does that fit into the, like if we're expecting Mashiach any day now,
Mhm.
but we still have to wait the 6,000 and then the 1,000?
Right. Mashiach is prior to this process.
Okay.
Yeah. Tchias HaMesim doesn't happen when Mashiach comes. Tchias HaMesim happens much later.
This can all be circumvented if everybody does the mitzvahs, and this could happen earlier, right?
It can't be circumvented, but it can be made sooner.
We can bring it sooner.
Well, no, we can't bring this in. We can bring Mashiach sooner.
If Mashiach comes, then we don't have to go to 6,000.
We have to go to 6,000, but Mashiach can be here for any chunk of that. Anytime in the last 2,000, from 4,000 to 6,000, Mashiach can come, and we will live in a world very similar to this world. As it is now, basically nothing's going to change
Right,
until 6,000.
We're about 300 and some odd years
Less.
out from this.
We're 5783 out of 6.
Right.
What about the world of emotion? We're so imbued in this, and we're so into to that world now.
Mhm.
As part of it, we haven't said anything about what's going to happen to our emotions.
Correct. We haven't.
Will we?
I don't know. Not in the. I haven't gotten that far ahead. I'm maybe 10 pages ahead of this. I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, we've got a long way to go. But I will tell you that Rav Dessler says that our neshamas do keep our personalities.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Rav Dessler says that our personalities don't go through major change.
Including our Stephen, including our personality disorders.
Man, I hope not, because I really would love to be released from this constant state of
Is
worry.
she else gonna come and Dr. Craig goes, I have a question.
She's gonna be like, oh, that guy. They warned me about him.
So, how do you think about these things and not, like,
Explode?
Yes.
I
Exactly.
anytime I
Talk
start
to
like
Lynn.
really getting in, no, I'm serious, because like you get more into this and start
Not
to
enough.
like understand it. Like I can only like take little dives in, and then I have to get out for a while because it's really overwhelming. Like to think about things changing into something that I don't know what that's gonna look like.
Well, it's
Freaks me
totally out of your control, so you don't need to
Yeah.
worry about it.
Well, okay.
And it's all going to be something that you're going. It's
Solved all my problems.
There
right
you go,
there.
done. It's also going to be something that you will only see good in.
Okay.
You won't see anything negative about it at all. Let me give you a quick.
Only way you can change anything is by doing good things.
Yeah.
That's
Just
for sure.
stay in today.
So
It's
so
a lot
here.
Oh my
easier.
gosh.
So let me.
yeah.
The Ramban
Lot
Yeah.
easier.
had
Medication will
a
get me there, though.
had a student, and they had a whole discussion, and they made this agreement that whoever dies first will come to the other in a dream to answer questions.
Okay.
So they had a bunch of questions, and they said whoever dies first will know the answers because they'll be in the world of truth, and they'll come back and tell the other one the answers. So the student died first, and came to the Ramban in a dream, as he said, and he said, so the Ramban said, so what's with all our questions? He said, they're not questions.
Oh, that's
He's like, you don't need answers, these aren't questions.
ridiculous.
Meaning to say that in the world of truth, there aren't any questions. Everything is blatantly obvious. So it's not like there's any kind of, why does this need to be, why does that, why, there are no questions. Everything is crystal clear as to why everything is exactly the way it is.
Okay.
There's no suffix. There's no doubt.
There's nothing. There's
What does
nothing
that
to
feel
have a
like?
question about. Absolute clarity. Absolute
nice.
clarity. Basking in the glory of
Blood
Hashem.
pressure, sleep better at night,
Oh, yeah,
healthier
yeah.
relationships,
Ah.
less self-doubt.
Now you're pushing it, all right? It's not going to be that good.
Less emotional eating.
Right. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, got it?
Sure.
Excellent.
But in the meantime,
All right.
I'm gonna take some Ativan and.
Okay, good idea.
everybody.
Have a
I'm not
wonderful
gonna
day,
be-
everybody. Dr. Krako's not going to be here next week. We're all
Why don't
very
you just
excited.
rub it in a little bit more?
But
We're going to
on
have
10.
double class
We're
next
on
week.
10.
We're on
10.
10.
Very easy to remember.
Have a good one.
10.
10.